Hello and welcome to our virtual camp night. It is so great to see you. It brings joy to our hearts to see all of your smiling faces on the screen. I hope you have your popcorn and your bug juice. We have been looking forward to this time tonight. My name is John Hyde, and I serve as the camp director at Camp Seagull. And I want to make a special welcome out there to all of you for joining us, and also to those who are new to camp, joining us for the very first time. We're certainly glad that you're with us tonight. Okay, we need to start this off with a special ahoy there. So this is for all of the Seagull campers out there. So make sure your screen is in presenter mode. So you can see me. I'll say ahoy there, everybody, and you can say right back, ahoy there, Captain John. All right, we'll do this on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, ahoy there, everybody! Oh, that was so good. Well done. Well, great. We're off to a great start. We've got some treats in store for you tonight, and so sit tight, and we're looking forward to more coming at you in just a moment. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Mary Lawrence at Camp Seafair.
All right, Seagull, that was pretty good, but it is Seafair's turn now. I am Captain Mary Lawrence. I'm the director at Camp Seafair, and as John said, we are so excited that you are here with us tonight. We're making history last week and this week with our first ever virtual camp nights. So we got to kick it off with a Seafair ahoy there, just like seagulls. So I'm going to say ahoy there, everybody, and then you are going to say ahoy there, ML. We've learned that ML comes out a little bit better than Mary Lawrence, which is my whole name. So, are you guys ready? Here we go. Hey, hoy there, everybody! All right, ladies, nice job. It'll be much better when we're all together at camp this summer, but for now, that was awesome. I want to tell you a little bit of what to expect tonight. First, though, got a few housekeeping items. Want to make sure, as John mentioned, that you're in speaker view. That way you can see John and me and a few other folks who are going to have talking tonight. So in the top right corner of your computer, you'll see a view button, and you'll want to select speaker view so you can see the two of us and other folks presenting tonight. And the other housekeeping item is about the chat. It's been so fun to see ahoy there's and where you guys are from and what your favorite activity is. It's awesome to see people chatting in. For the rest of the night, we'll ask that you utilize the chat for questions if you have them, and also when John and I prompt you to put things in the chat. So we'll do a practice right now. How about, are you more excited for the Blue Zoom or the zip line? Put it in the chat and let us know how you feel. A lot of same, zip line, zip line, zip line. Oh, a few Blue Zooms, so that's good. Awesome. We loved hearing from you guys, and so the chat will be one way that we do that tonight. And if you have questions, you can put that in there as well. All right, we're going to start tonight off with a video that's going to get us all excited for camp. And then we're going to talk about some of the top questions that you campers have. John and I love talking to campers, and we've been talking to a lot of you over the past few weeks and months. We've identified what we think are the top 5 camper questions, and we're going to answer them tonight. After that, we're going to hear from a camper who's been at Seagull for a long time and was with us last summer at Sail 2020. We are going to announce the winners of our drawing. If you remember correctly, then if you RSVP'd and sent in your picture, then you got submitted for a drawing for a gift card to our camp store. And so we have 4 winners. We'll announce them tonight. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about the things that parents want to know. We'll hear from a parent perspective, a dad who sent his son last year and has sent his son for many, many years. And then we'll do some thank yous and talk about next steps. Because if you have a question at the end of the night, we want to make sure you know how to get it answered. So that's just a quick rundown of what to expect tonight. It's also going to be a lot of fun because anything about camp is fun, right? If you agree, let me see you raise the roof. Anybody know how to do that? Very good. All right, John, anything else you have before we get started tonight?
All right, very good, ML. Thank you for the overview. I think we're ready to go. All right, they know who we are. They know the plan for the night. Now, let's figure out which session you're coming to. So we're going to put a poll up on the screen if you'll answer with which session you're coming to. Are you coming to 1 week starter camp, to a 2-week Mariners program, or to 4-week first or second session? Go ahead and chime in the poll, and we'll see who we have here tonight. All right, Seafarer 4-week looks like it's in the lead right now. Seagull 4-week neck and neck. We've got campers from all the sessions, 2-week, 1 week, and 4-week. Fantastic. Good to see. Good to see so many people out there coming this summer. Excellent job. Okay, the good news is the information we're going to share tonight will apply to all of our sessions, 1 week starter camp, 2-week Mariners, and the 4-week program. So listen up, and we'll be sure to tell you what you need to know. Okay, you know who we are. You know the plan for the night. We know what sessions you're coming to. It's now time to get excited with the video. Our goal tonight is to get you as excited as possible to come to camp this summer. And Mary Lawrence said, raise the roof. Let me see you. Wave your hands in the air if you're super excited about coming this summer. There we go. I see the hands up. Well, we want to make it even more. We're going to blow this thing through the roof. So we'll do the video in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
If you are excited for warmer weather this summer, and more specifically, warmer weather on the coast of North Carolina, let me see you say, yeah! That is awesome. We are pumped as well. And so, without further ado, we're going to go right into the top 5 camper questions that you guys have for us right now. Number 1, drum roll, please. The first question. Do my parents have to stay this year? Anybody wondering, do my parents have to stay this year? Well, Embark Family Camp was really fun last year, and we will offer some Embark Family Camps later in the summer, but no, your parents do not have to stay this summer at camp. We are so excited for you campers to come and for there to be counselors in the cabin with you and for the parents to drop you off on opening day, but then head on home. Anybody else excited for that? Very good. I see some good reactions there on the screen. We campers, we will write to our parents though, right? Look at your parents and say, I'll be sure to write you a letter. And parents, talk to your camper right now. Say, and of course, I will be sure to write you a letter as well. We'll write letters to each other, but parents do not have to stay this summer, and we are super pumped about that. All right, that was number 1. I'm going to send it to John for question number 2.
All right, thank you, ML. Question number 2. Do I have to sleep in my mask? That is a popular question. Do I have to sleep in my mask? And the answer is you do not. You do not have to sleep in your mask. At camp, your cabin is like your family. And I bet in your house with your family, you probably don't wear a mask inside or maybe when you go out to the backyard. And so just like that at camp, you don't have to wear your mask in your cabin or when you're maybe playing outside and around your cabin. Now, when we go out on activities or when we go to a larger group activities like to the amphitheater or maybe to a big group event, then yes, you might wear your mask. But know that that's the plan for this summer. Now, a cabin night, if you're going to go out with your cabin to play, basketball or to play capture the flag, if you're with your cabin away from your camp area, then you can take your mask off then too. All right, Mary Lawrence, that was the answer to number 2. How about number 3?
All right, the third question that we think is in the top 5 of camper questions right now is how often will I get to see my friends at camp? Anybody wondering that? I see some head nods, so that's good. So how often will I get to see my friends at camp? The short answer is all the time. Friends are one of the most important things about a Seagull Seafarer and camp experience. John just talked about how you get to interact with the friends in your cabin. But I want you to know also that during activity time, at meals, and through programming with your camp, Mariners, Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, Camp 4, you'll also get to make friends and spend time with friends who are not in your cabin. We are going to have hut time, evening programs, activity time with goal setting and ranks. There'll be plenty of time to see friends outside of your cabin and to spend time with those friends in your cabin. We will put our mask on when we're with the larger community and give each other, a little bit more space. But we've had a lot of practice with that recently, so I know that you guys can handle it. As always, you can request a friend to be in your cabin. So you'll do that later in this spring when our online forms portal comes out, and we'll talk about that later tonight. But you can request one friend to be in your cabin, and we do our best to honor one mutual request. But if you don't have a request, don't worry. You do not have to request anybody, and your cabin mates will become new friends and best friends very quickly at camp. So that was question number 3. On to number 4.
All right, thanks, Amel. Question number 4 that we have heard campers ask this year: how are we going to eat at Seagull and Seafarer? Great question. The first thing you need to know is that we have both of our professional chefs back at camp. Chef Des at Seagull and Chef Andrew at Seafarer, and they have been working hard on the menu for this summer. We're definitely going to have the classics. Raise your hand if you like fried chicken. Got some fried chicken fans out there. Raise your hand if you like Taco Tuesday at camp. Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday is coming back. Raise your hand if Fudgesicles is your favorite dessert. I see some real good enthusiasm for Fudgesicles. All of that will be at camp this summer. We've also got some new menu items, and we're excited about those things too. So in the mess hall and the dining hall at Seafarer, we'll need to spread out a little bit. And so what that means is about half of the camp community can be in the mess hall or dining hall at one time. And then we've got some creative ideas up our sleeves about how the other half will eat outside of the mess hall. More on that to come at a later time. And so we'll rotate. We'll have some inside and some outside. Now, you are familiar, I bet, with cookouts, hamburger cookouts, or maybe even a pizza pack out. And so Chef Des and Chef Andrew are really taking that up a notch. We may have some different food at the cabins that we cook on our grills, and so you can get excited about those kinds of things. Now, we know that gathering as a camp community, especially in the mess hall and the dining hall, is an important part of who we are as a camp community. And so know this: when it comes to skits and songs and celebrating our accomplishments, the things we achieve, the ranks we earn, we're going to make time for that at special times throughout the session. And so don't you worry, all that fun will be there as well. Okay, Mary Lawrence, that's number 4. How about number 5?
All right, number 5, our last top camper question. And this one's actually a top question every year. What cabin am I going to be in? Anybody wondering that? Campers ask us this every year. And those returners out there, you should know that I'm not going to tell you that right now. I can't tell you that right now. What I can tell you is that Bear and Elaine and Christy and all of our directors are working really hard to get the best counselors for summer 2021. We may have some counselors with us tonight. Our counselors love doing what they do at Seagull and Seafair, and we make sure we have the best of the best. They come from all over to spend their summer with you. I can tell you that you'll have some returning counselors, some new counselors, and they're all going to be good listeners. They're going to take good care of you at camp. They're going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be good role models, people who you look up to and maybe want to be like when you get older. And they're going to help you figure out what your goals are and how to achieve them. So they will be with you every step of the way this summer, and they are going to be awesome. You'll find out your specific cabin assignment on opening day, like usual, when you arrive to camp. So get excited for that. We certainly are. Hopefully you can tell how excited John and I are about camp this summer. But we want you to hear from someone besides us tonight. And so we've invited a longtime Seagull camper to join us and share with you why he's coming back to camp, what he enjoyed about last summer, and a little bit about his camp history. And so I am going to invite Thomas Smith to join us on the screen. Thomas, tell us a little bit about your camp history and what you're looking forward to this summer. Thank you.
I'm Thomas Smith. I've been, next year will be my 7th year as a camper. Last year was really great. It was different, obviously, but it was all around just a great experience. The counselors were with you all the time. So you got to form a bond with someone who was more like an older brother and less like a teacher. The fellow campers in the cabins were with us all the time on the boat. I was getting my Flying Scott skipper last year, and they were with us all the time. And in the cabins, we did everything together, ate together, sang together. It was a great experience. And then we also had sail sessions. Bear did a really good one on empathy, sympathy, and compassion. And he also taught us how to put that into our everyday lives. And everyone there was super nice and super inviting, even though we were all going through something different, maybe at home or just in the regular world. And it was you signed up for a key activity during the day, and I was on the water all morning and all afternoon. And then we had a free hour after dinner. And so it was really structured well from a camper perspective. So I think camp did a really good job, and I'm excited to come back next year.
Very good. Thomas, thank you for sharing your thoughts about last summer. And yes, we are excited for this summer as well. It was true. Last year, given the nature, we stayed with our cabins, and those counselors who were in our cabin also taught us on the activity as well. And this year, we see a little bit more flexibility. We see counselors being able to go to the activities and then receive campers there more closely to what you're used to with a freedom of choice type model. More on that to come, but just wanted to clarify that one piece. Thomas, I've known you since you were a little guy, so it's great to see you coming back year after year after year and showing our younger campers why it's so important to come back to camp so many years. So thank you for being here with us tonight. Okay, want to at this point announce the winners of our drawing, our competition. And so in order to be eligible for the competition, you had to RSVP for tonight. And so here you are, which is fantastic. And also send us a picture of yourselves in your camp gear with your sign saying why you are so excited about coming to camp this summer. And so the first person we want to announce, if we could have a drum roll, please. Drum roll, is Ford Ramsey. Ford Ramsey, first winner tonight. Also, Griffith Kraus. Griffith Kraus, a winner of our drawing this evening. Leland Prevost. Leland Prevost is the third winner. And Corinne Howe. Corinne Howe, also a winner. 4 winners tonight. Congratulations. Thank you guys for participating. You all look great in your camp gear tonight. We definitely appreciate it. Okay. At this point, we want to begin to talk directly to the parents. Parents, you should have received some information in your inbox middle of last week in the form of FAQs. FAQs about our medical protocols and about what to expect with our program plan this summer. And we understand you may have some questions, and so we want to speak directly to that tonight. That information goes into much more detail. We're going to hit the highlights, and ML is going to kick us off here in just a moment. Know that safety is our number one priority, and that's what we want to hit this evening. ML?
Thanks, John. That's right. To start, want to talk about how we're really building on the success of 2020. We were very fortunate to be able to run some programs in 2020 and found that we could deliver a safe and meaningful experience. And so we're building upon that success. We learned that it requires a partnership between camp and participants and parents and campers. And so thank you for being here tonight. The first step is showing up and hearing the information that we have to share. Reading the FAQs that John referenced will be important as well. So last year, screening was a key component of our success, and screening will continue to be an important part of our plan this year as well. So like last year, we will ask all campers and staff to monitor daily symptoms and temperature for the 14 days prior to arrival at camp. We will continue daily symptom and temperature checks every day at camp for staff and counselors. Like last year, campers and staff will be asked to turn in an updated health form and physical prior to arrival at camp so that our health center can review those forms and be best prepared to take care of everybody who will be on site with us this summer. There is an addition to the form this year asking about previous COVID-19 diagnosis. So these forms will be available on our online forms portal in the next week. And so you want to look out for that email coming soon. Health forms and physicals for campers are due March 26th. And like last year, as we discussed with the top 5 camper questions, we're going to be utilizing the proven strategies of masking, distancing, cohorting, hand washing, and just being smart with the way we interact with each other so that we can ensure that everyone at camp stays healthy and we all have a great experience. Testing is a strategy and resource that we're adding to this year's protocols, and I'm going to turn it over to John to talk about that.
Thanks, ML. Mary Lawrence talked about the foundation we built last year that we will continue to build upon this year when we talk about safety at camp, and testing will be a part of that plan. And so we're going to ask all campers and staff to produce documentation of a negative PCR molecular test prior to arrival. And that needs to be within 72 hours and after mass transit. And again, that's an effort to keep the community safe and to make sure everybody arrives healthy to Seagull and Seafair. Now, I know that if you're coming from far away, that may make your antenna go up and you think, gosh, how am I going to get that test in that window prior to arrival to camp? Know that we are partnering with our healthcare. We are partnering with healthcare providers across the state through Wake County, Craven County, Pamlico County, where you might fly in or drive through to make that easy and seamless for you. So know that more information is coming, and we will make sure to get that information to you as soon as we can. Okay, let's talk about the vaccine. I am really happy to share with you that as of recently, the CDC has designated camp staff, that's seasonal staff and directors alike, as out-of-school child care providers, which gives us priority access to the vaccine. And so we are currently working through the logistics of how to make that available to staff in the coming months. Now, we will educate and incentivize staff on how best to get the vaccine. And we feel like that will help keep everybody healthy. As Mary Lawrence has shared, and as I want to just reiterate to you now, the health of our staff is just of utmost priority to us. We know that that's a critical linchpin in the success of the summer, and we're going to do everything we can through screening, through a testing protocol, and through educating and incentivizing about the vaccine, again, to keep everybody healthy. And we're going to start training our staff on that with a town hall geared just for them really later this week. All right, ML, next.
Yeah. Lastly, we do want to talk about what will happen if your child gets sick at camp. So, first of all, it's important for you to know, as always, we have a fully staffed health center with nurses and doctors who live on site with us. And so we encourage all campers, when they don't feel well or feel like they need some medical attention, to go to the health center. And so our medical staff will first of all assess the camper's condition and needs and determine, is COVID-19 a concern? If not, we will proceed with our normal medical protocols and take good care of the campers and staff with us this summer. If you're wondering when you might get a phone call from the health center, then you can check that out in our FAQs. It outlines when you can expect a phone call from the health center. And so if COVID-19, or if your child is diagnosed with COVID-19, we would certainly call you about that. And we would ask that the camper is picked up within 12 to 24 hours. It is our goal to return campers and staff to programming as soon as possible, and we will follow the CDC and North Carolina DHHS guidelines at the time to figure out when that is and how to get folks back to camp programming if that's possible. That's our goal. Hopefully the protocols we've just highlighted give you confidence and make you comfortable to have your child be at camp with us this summer. But we do want you to hear parent to parent about how it feels to send your child to Seagull or Seafair during this time. And so we have Thomas Smith from earlier, his dad, Jonathan Smith, who's going to join us and just share with you his perspective. So thank you, Jonathan.
Hey guys, my name's Jonathan Smith, and I'm thrilled Thomas could be a part of this discussion earlier. To speak about last summer, I can tell you that as a former camper and head counselor and now a parent for many years, I've never been more proud to be a part of camp than I was last summer. And if you'll remember, this time last year, it was really scary and nobody knew what was going on, and we were trying to figure it out. And a lot of camps didn't happen. A lot of all things didn't happen. But Seagull, they were planning in the spring, and typical Seagull Seafair made lemonade out of lemons, which is an understatement. And I remember when the email came out, and they said, I thought maybe it was a "we can't have camp" email, but instead they said, "Hey, trust us. We're gonna do this. We're gonna pull it off, and it's gonna be different, but it's gonna be great." And it absolutely was. And in many ways, it was better than they could have done in a traditional format. So we're thrilled about it. Thomas had a great experience. The leadership and other enhancements that they layered in to compensate for the strange structure were just amazing. And so we are really excited and couldn't provide a stronger endorsement.
Jonathan, thank you for that. We appreciate your words of encouragement and affirmation. Last summer was great, and this summer is going to be even better because we'll have more folks on site with us. Again, we've just pulled out the highlights. It'll be important for you to review the FAQs for more details about a lot of these things. If you do have questions about what we covered or didn't cover tonight, medical or non-medical, first, read the FAQs and see if it's there. But if not, you can email our Director of Camper Life, Lydia Warren. We're going to put her email up on the screen. And so Lydia, if she can't answer your question, we'll direct you to the appropriate director or staff member to make sure we get your questions answered. All right. Back to you, John.
Very good. Thanks, Amel. Okay, at this point, I want to talk about some additional program offerings at Seagull and Seafair beginning this spring and also occurring after the summer. And so the first is called Camp Windward. Camp Windward is this idea, work from camp and school from camp. We know that some of us are working and doing school remotely, and what better place than camp to have a staff house, connection to Wi-Fi, and then a view of the river and all your meals provided. So if that's something your family's interested in doing, hop on the website and check that out. We also created, as Jonathan mentioned and Mary Lawrence has also mentioned, Embark Family Camp, which is a great opportunity to come as a family to Seagull and Seafair. More details on the website there if you would like some more information. To speak to Embark specifically and also about the Seagull and Seafair experience, I want to introduce you to Kim Wolf. Kim is a Seafair alumna herself and sends her 3 boys to Seagull. So I want to give Kim a chance to talk about her experience and why it's so important to stay connected to camp. Kim?
Thanks, John and ML. So my experience with Seafair, I have been a camper and counselor for more than 10 years, and my 3 sons go to Seagull and have been there now for going on 5 years. This past summer, we, for our first time ever, did the family Embark camp, and it was a great success for us as a family. It was our chance to, experience camp alongside our kids. And certainly it was a different experience, with COVID and all the protocols that were in place, but we had every confidence in Seagull and Seafair and how they handled the situation. And we really got to experience camp the way that our kids do, and see the, special bonds that they form with the activities and the things that they do. So I have no doubt that all the plans that are happening for this summer, and the protocols and, the experts that the camp's working with are going to make this summer even better for all of our kids, to go back to and get some sense of what they've missed and what they need to have those in-person experiences at camp. So we're really excited.
Very good. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate those words, and also looking forward to having Lincoln, Mitchell, and Nolan with us this summer at Seagull. As we begin to close, I want to say thank you. On behalf of all of the staff at Seagull and Seafair, thank you for being a part of this community. I want to say thanks also for making time with us here tonight. If this situation, this year has taught us anything, it's that we hold on to the core of who we are and also make time to connect and take care of each other. So it's fun to connect with you in this way tonight. Also want to say thank you to our parent perspectives, to Kim, who just spoke, to Jonathan, and to Thomas also, who shared the camper perspective earlier. Many of you have reached out with words of encouragement, with texts, with phone calls, saying what you guys are doing is so important. And for that, we want to say thank you as well. It's also been a unique year in terms of the financial challenges, and many of you have supported us in that way as well. Going back to last year, many parents donated program fees to help support camp. And then many more also donated to our Sustain Camp campaign. And we're just so appreciative for all the many ways that you're leaning in to support this important work that pours into the lives of young people, develops leaders, and really encourages the whole family to be the best version of themselves. And for that, we are incredibly thank you. So thanks so much for joining us tonight. ML?
As John said, saying thank you is very important. It's something we emphasize at camp a lot. And so I'm going to do the same thing. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being a partner with us. Kids need camp, and it's more relevant now than ever. The outdoor time, no screen time, being with friends, face-to-face interaction, the opportunity for independence and to make their own decisions. So many great things. Those that I mentioned and more are why we all love camp. And so we just cannot wait for the summer, and we're so glad that you're excited as well. So thank you for choosing us to help provide this for your child. It means a lot. And between now and summer, we do have a few things to do. Want to stay safe and healthy, want to get your forms in on time, read those FAQs, and get excited. Send us questions if you have them. You know what to do.
Let's go do it. Good night. Thank you for joining us.